Hello student, welcome to my class of computer science. Today we'll understand the following content of the day, which are as follows student. The first one thing we'll understand the flow chart and flow of the control of the program. The second one thing we'll understand the non-sequential statement. Third one, if statement, that is also part of non-sequential statement. Fourth one, if else statement. And at last, question and homework session. So let's begin student. So first of all, we will understand flow chart. So student, every program has its own flow. To depict that, we need to understand or design the flow chart. So flow chart is a pictorial representation of a program or program structure student. In other words, we can say that a flow chart is a type of diagram that represents the workflow of a process or program. The flow chart shows the steps, including boxes, various kind of boxes, arrow, oval, diamond, etc. So here we will understand the meaning of these symbols, in the terminology of flow chart. So first thing, you can see that terminator or this oval, this is used to represent the starting and ending point of the program or system. When program will start and end, we will use this particular symbol. The next one thing, this one design, I am to say box, will show you the particular operation or initialization process. For example, we are assigning a variable by any value or by user input through the input statement. Next one thing, in flow chart, the decision. You can see this diagram, that is diamond shape. It is used to show the decision making process is going on in program, or we can say that branching point. These branching points are connected with the help of lines, which is come out from the diamond, indicates different possible situation. Either the condition true, what will happen, either the false, what will happen. And it is leading different sub process also. Whatever the process we will perform, it will go through that. And now flow. So you can see this line, including with this arrow, will show you the flow of a program. In if the condition is true, then in which direction we have to flow the condition, I will say program, in which not. Then this particular box indicate particular operation. So operation consider here, for example, printing output, some calculation, etc. So now we have to understand the flow chart with the help of following example student. Here you can see that there are two particular diagram I have shown here. One of them is flow chart, one of them is flow of control of program. So here we can consider we are going to find out the sum of 529 and 256. So when program starts, this particular oval will draw along with this start text. Then A equals to 529. So here read A option will be there. B equals to 256. So here read B. Along with arrow, you can see that it is sequential flow. And then after that, you can see that arrow has come, and now we are going to calculate sum as A plus B. So here sum equals to two values are going to be added, that is 529 and 256. Then after that, process will go on to the next one step, that is we are printing sum. So sum equals to 785, that should be print also. And at end, the program going to be end and flow will be complete. Now this program we are going to understand programmatically, student. So here the command shows you the flow chart working. Here start program, and I have used the command program for addition of 259 and 256. So here the first step say that A equals to 259. So here read A or initialization of A variable. Next line, B equals to 256, read B or initialization of B variable. Then sum equals to A plus B, that means to say calculate sum equals to A plus B. And next one line, we are going to print the sum. Sum contains some value which comes from the A plus B, and printing sum, and at last end of the program. So student, to do that we have to open Python ideally, and we are going to open the Python ideally and open your particular code. I'm say create your code in script mode. So simply I'm going to type here a program for adding two numbers. So here a equals to, suppose that 529, b equals to 520. So now I'm going to add sum equals to a plus b, and at last print what thing? Sum. Along with that, if I'll add here comment, that will good for me also. As a good programmer, you have to add the comment in all possible lines. Okay, so here reading a variable or assign variable okay a, same thing I will copy, student. I will paste it here along with b. So here I will write reading b, and then here calculating sum equals to a plus b, and at last printing sum to the console. At the end I can type end of the program. Okay, same way I can give here start program and save it by the name sum1, and now you can see the output. It will come 1049. Okay, student. So now we need to go back to our study material. I am to the slide. Now we are going to understand statement in Python, student. In earlier video we have understand how many types of statement in Python. So we are going to discuss today non-sequential statement, in which we will understand conditional or branching statement, okay, in which I will cover if statement and if else statement. So let's begin, student. So here first of all we have to understand what is conditional control branching statement. Actually it is sometimes it is known as decision making statement also. It is in programming language used to decide the direction of flow of program execution. Sometimes it may be possible, student, whenever we are going to print some of the content in a program and we need to skip some of the content from the program, and it is a statement from the program. In such condition we will use the conditional or branching statement. Okay, these are following type. First one, if statement. Second one, if and else statement. Third one, if elif ladder. Okay, now we need to understand first of all if statement. So student, if statement is the most simple decision making statement. Okay, it is used to decide whether the certain statement or block of statement will be executed or not. That is, if a certain condition is true, then block of statement is executed, otherwise not. You can understand by syntax, student. So here is if, within tag I have used test condition. Test condition may be if variable a. Okay, so I can compare here a lesser than 10, a bigger than 10, a double equals to 10. Okay, so whatever the test condition, you know how to do the test comparison operator. Okay, then after that colon. Okay, colon will start my intent. In another video we have learned what was intent. So as you hit the enter, it will give you the particular gap from the programming edge. Okay, and then statement for the a block, and here you can type your code. Okay, this statement will execute if true, otherwise condition is true, and at last the program will transfer the control of the interpreter to the outside of the intent, they out of if. So you can see that other line of code and Python programming. Okay, student. So we can understand the indentation role in Python. I'm say if statement. So Python use the indentation to identify a block. Okay, because if I'm using if condition, so its indentation represent in statement 1, that is block. That may be number of the statement, but I'm using here only one statement to understand it well. So the block under the if statement will be identified as shown in blue example. So here you can see that if condition, then after that colon. After hitting enter, you will see the cursor will come to the slightly right side, I am say left side to the programming edge. Whatever you type, it will come here only, and after hitting enter, okay, you can press the backspace to come out of the intent of that, and you can type the statement 2. So here if condition it is true, if block will be execute, okay, it will consider only one statement to inside the if indentation, okay, and it's a block. Now we can understand this particular thing by flowchart. So here you can see that flowchart has the special type of what thing, diagram for that. Here we have start the program, text expression may be a greater than b, whatever. If it is true, it will say body of if will execute, otherwise false, it will directly pass the cursor, I am to say programming pointer or the flow of programming to the statement of just below if whatever and stop. Once again I will explain it, student. If the program start, then after the test expression will execute, it check whether the condition true or false. If it is true, it will pass this cursor, I am to say flow, to the body inside the body of if. Otherwise if it is false, it will transfer the control to below of the just below to the if statement, and process will done and then stop. So we can understand through the example of if statement also. Here a Python program we have created, okay, here is I equals to 10, and we are going to check if within round bracket I bigger than 15, okay, round bracket code that is close, and then start by putting colon. You can see slightly gap between that, okay, and then after that you can see print 10 is less than what thing, 15, okay, and print I am not in if. So output will be definitely not in if, because I value of I is 10 and we are testing whether the I is greater than 15. So we can say that 10 is lesser than 15, so directly false condition will be considered, it will be not true, so control will jump to the directly outside of the if statement, it will say I am not inside if, okay. So now we are going to understand it by programming. So what we are going to do, we are going to open a program. So in the same program I am going to do this one, student. So here I equals to 10, okay, then after that I am using if condition, if I is bigger than 15, okay, then enter. You can put the round bracket also, because it is separate your logic. In future we will learn what is the use of this particular round bracket, okay, and then simply I am printing here I is what thing, bigger than we can say the bigger, okay, and then 15, round bracket close. And now after hitting enter, you can see that intent has come in the same line. You will press backspace and then print here simply end of the program, or you can write here I am not in if, okay. So let's say, student, what will happen. I am just going to run it. Now you can see that only one line has executed, that is I am not in if, end of program. So what happened with this particular line of code? This is not executed because this condition is false. Suppose that if it is true, okay, we can say that 16 it is, run it, both line will be executed. Why? Because the condition is true, this line has been executed and control passed to this particular print command, it will be also print, okay. Now we are going to understand if else statement, student. In this particular example you have understand, if this is true, that is okay, this will print and this will also, if it is false, this will only, okay. So what if we have to tell to the user no, the for 15 is another one thing, so that time we have to use if else statement, student. The if statement along tells the condition true, okay, and execute the block statement. If the condition is false, won't be show you what is the output. But if we want to do something with else part, okay, if the condition is false, then we have to use if else statement. So here you can see statement, student. I am to say syntax. Here we have put if condition. This block will execute only once the condition is true and condition is shown you, okay. Otherwise, if condition false, the control will not go to the outside of the block. It will check the else condition also, okay, and else it will show you the execute this block if condition is false. So we can understand the flow chart of this also. So here program started, test expression is going to be test, whether if it is true, then it will show you the body of if it is false, then it will go to the body of else, okay, and body of else will take you the direction, I will say flow of control to statement of just below if and end of the program. So student, we can understand this particular example with the help of following program. Here is a program of if else statement. Here a equals to 100, okay, and I have given the test condition if a bigger than 100, then it will print definitely a is greater than 100. Otherwise it will show you the control pass to the else part, and then after that it will pass you the message smaller than the 100 and end of program. Here in this particular condition, the a is greater than what thing, 100, okay, definitely. So I can show you here. So here I am going to just do the one program, student. What I am going to do, here is a equals to 100, okay, if condition within round bracket, okay, a if greater than what thing, 10, okay. So we can say that print message within round bracket, I can write a is greater than what thing, 10 definitely, or else part print a is lesser than 10. So student, at last I will print end of the program. So here student, you can see else statement do not can contain any statement. I am say test is condition. So if this particular statement is false, then it will print else part, and at last the end of code also, that is end of program also, okay. So this means to say there are only two possibility, whether a is greater than 10, either not, okay. If it is greater, so it will print you, give you the answer the a is greater than 10, otherwise it will print what thing, lesser than 10, and it will always, this one line will always print, okay, because it is outside intent of the if else block, okay student. So we can just run it, and now we can see output has come, a is greater than 10, definitely it is 100, and end of program. So student, we are talking about else part. Else part actually I'm say complementary part along with if, okay. We can add, okay, else, okay, with if only. We cannot add else part without using if, okay student. If is individual, we can use without using else, but in if else condition we have to use else part also, okay, to show what is the secondary answer of the particular test condition. So here if the this particular condition false, so it will transfer the control of program to else part, and else part do not have any test condition, so it will print this particular statement inside the else part, and at the end of the program it will print end of the program also. So student, homework and practical assignment for you all student. Make the note of the day student. Second question, write the calculator, okay, for addition and subtraction, okay, which looks like glow. So here you can show menu including plus addition, minus subtraction, it will ask the user, please enter the operator to perform the calculation. User will enter by input syntax. After enter the syntax, I am to say plus or minus. It will ask you what is the first value. Suppose that user enter 5, and then after that second prompt will ask by the program, enter the second variable value, that is suppose that 12, and at end if the user selected plus, it will give you the addition of two variable is total whatever come. If it is subtraction, it is the subtraction of two variable is the answer, end of the program. After that you have to draw the flowchart of the above program and send me the screenshot, okay, along with your name, file name in PyProgram, okay, to my WhatsApp number. Till then student, thank you and have a nice day.